This should take us around to the fish icon, I think. Or no, this takes us into the village. Yeah, that goes into the village. This probably takes us back to the other passage we avoided. Oh, shit. Encoding overload. Yeah, don't like that. Gotta be careful. Alright, so this is one of the passages we avoided, not the one I was thinking of. Alright. Okay, that will take us to the village, I think. So let's go back this way. And then if we go left again, this should take us around to the fish icon. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. Of course, we can't really do much of anything here, I don't think. But it is nice to be able to get up close to this and take a much closer look. All right. Ah! I don't like that. I really don't like that. All right. We're going to bump down some of these graphics settings. We're going to leave... Honestly, I need to look this up. What are the presets for DLSS? What do they mean? DLSS preset meaning. Yeah, meaning. All right. What DLSS settings mean? Because I can't remember which way. I think we do want to bump this down to performance or maybe even ultra performance. Several different features, yada yada. God, so many ads all over the place. All right. Game only has super resolution, so super sampling. DLSS 2, yada yada. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. So quality is render scale is 66.7, balance is 58, performance is 50, ultra performance is 33.3. So basically, it's internally rendering lower. All right, so we are going to drop this down to performance. Might even drop it down to ultra performance. But I'm hoping that will get me much higher frame rates and hopefully more stable frame rates. Do I have yeah, VSync is on. Maybe I want to turn that off. I don't know. There we go. What I'm hoping is to avoid jittering for you guys and avoid encoding overloads for OBS. Because when that happens, I drop frames and everything stutters, everything hitches. So, I'm not getting too much hitching in terms of actual play, but the recording is what I'm worried about. Because that's for you guys. Alright, so this gets us... Yeah, this is back through here. Oh, I went the wrong direction. I do want to go to the village now. Pretty much what we need to do. I mean, I think we could go to a different island at this point. Back in that minecart, but I don't think we need to worry about that just yet. Okay, it's this way. Alright. So this will take us to the village. Through this narrow passage where I got some hitching, but no encoding overload, so that's good. Alright, so this lets us look out onto the ocean, but I'm not seeing much else. Okay, still go down. And there's the village. And you can see people running to safety because they don't know who we are. We're a stranger. All they know is that some random person who isn't Gehn and isn't from the village is wandering by. What? Oh, they're somebody's in the bathysphere sending it onward. So we can't use it straight off. Interesting. And it looks almost like heating coils down there. Huh. But you can actually climb down. I should be able to... Yeah, we can climb down. But that's an automated thing here. Interesting. So again, that does definitely look like heating coils. Why would you want to actually come down here, though? But yeah, I forget what these things actually are, but basically it's... whatever it is projects like a field that is extremely hydrophobic to the point that that's what, you know, holds back the water here and creates this little pocket of dry land down at the bottom here of this little mini lake. Hello. What does that do? I have no idea what that did. But that goes to this. I see fish in there. Alright, so whatever that did, that turned something on here? Turned it off? There looks like there's something back here. Yeah, you can turn it off. Alright, let's turn it back on. I don't know if we're supposed to be able to do something there or not. Alright, let's leave it as is for now. There we go. Let's get back out of here. Alright, we may as well head... Oh, no, no, no. We can't get into the village from here. That's blocked off. Interesting. So we gotta find another way into the village. And I think that island there is new. I could be wrong, but I think that island is new. Huh. Alright. Let's go back this way then. I guess there's not much else we can do here right now. We gotta get into the village another way. Alright, so back to the forest. Back to the logged section of the forest. Alright. Yeah, that's the regular portion of the forest. We want to go to the logged section because we want to get into that minecart. That's how we get to the next island. Alright, so I think this just calls the cart back, but we want to get into it. There we go. Am I in it? Why does this keep screwing up? Anyways. There we go. Oh, you can't get in the cart itself. You ride behind it this time. That's interesting. It's probably because of the VR. So yeah, you can see those rings here. So now we get to go through the water. You get to tunnel through the water because of these hydrophobic rings. Oh, this is amazing. I cannot wait to do this in VR. That's going to be so cool. All right. A little bit of hitching as a new island loads in, but we're fine. So this is the crater island, and you can see that's Gehn's workshop up there. I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can actually see it, but... I am just so thrilled to finally be playing this. This is absolutely amazing. Now, originally, you were in the cart, and it would drop you down below, and that's how you would get out. But apparently not here now. All right, and there's a... Yeah, I think that's for the chute. I could be wrong. I don't think it really matters. All right, let's go ahead and get down. Now, this island screwed me over so much last time I played this game. So yeah, this would, drop the... You'd send the logs in from the forest island. They would drop down here. And then this is a wood chipper that would basically turn the woods... Or turn the logs into mulch. Which could then be turned in... pulped and turned into paper and stuff like that. Alright, so let's go... Is there anything over in this direction? It doesn't appear to be. Alright. Let's go out here. So this sends the steam to various places. So I think currently it's sending it that way. We can send it this way or this way. So if we flip this... There we go. So now it's going to the wood chipper. But of course, we don't really need to be chipping wood or anything. I'm not even seeing any buttons to use for this. Maybe it's up there. I just want to see if you can interact with it. Ah, it's this one? No, that's what sends it back. This. So yeah, that starts up the chipper. Not that it really matters right now, because I don't think there's really anything in there. Alright, so we're going to send it back. We're going to send the steam back to this place. So yeah, that, I think, is Gehn's workshop. There we go. So now it's here. And this is where they turn the mulch into wood pulp, I think. So it pulls water in. Yeah, you got flames. Alright, so... that sends the water this way. Okay, did I just drain it? Or am I filling it? Oh, we raised the platform that way. Okay. If we do this... swap that. Now it drains. So we raise the platform and we drain the water. Now we should be able to get inside. Question is, how do you get inside? I think originally you just touch the button? Or touch the door, but there doesn't appear to be anything here. Do I have to turn it off first? Yeah, we definitely want that up. Yeah, that sends that to there. Yeah, I think maybe we gotta send the steam somewhere else to turn off the burners. But I could be wrong. Alright, let's send you over that way. No, the burners are still on, it looks like. Huh. How do I open the door? I don't remember. We'll come back to this. I want to kind of go around. Explore more around this lake. So we're sending the steam right now this direction. We can go up there. But that is a shortcut. We can't actually go up there right now. That's a shortcut back down here. I want to see what this is over here. This looks almost like a boiler or something, but it's disconnected. This is possibly where... Nope, that's completely disconnected. I was going to say it's possibly where the steam comes from, but no, it is completely disconnected. Alright, this is definitely a burner of some kind, but there's nothing in here. Not that I can see. So, it's all kind of blocked off. Or it's all very dark, I mean. Alright, so nothing in there. There's not going to be anything else around. Wait. See, I told you this was going to happen. Is there maybe something with I can see with this? No. Alright. But that closed on its own, too, when we left. Yeah, I told you that was going to happen. I'd be wandering around, no clue what to do. And the answer is, you know, with the thingamabob. The moiety item. Alright, so that's not the answer. Let's turn the steam back to the center here. Nope, not all the way that way. I want you here. So that we have power to this. How do I get this to open, though? There's something I'm missing. Is that... Okay, the platform's still up. That's because I don't have power going to it. Yeah, I had power going to the intake here. So yeah, that lowers that again. But we want that high. We want that up high. How do I get the door to open? That's what I need to figure out. How do I get the door to open? There's got to be something I'm missing. We want this up high because you need that platform to walk around in there. I remember that much. Alright, so this just, you know, intake, outtake. So yeah, that just fills it back up. So the water's boiling. If we do that, now the water leaves again. Alright, if we close it here... No. I hadn't fully drained it yet. Now it's fully drained. I think it's fully drained. So how do I get the damn door to open? How do I open the door? Ugh. The problem is I don't remember how. If I could remember how, we'd be fine. But yeah, basically we're trying to get down into there. Is there another button or switch or something I'm missing? I have no idea. I swear there probably is, I just don't know where it is. Maybe it's... No, it can't be that simple, can it? This? No, that's to call the cart back if it's at the other end. That's to send the cart forward. This is to start the wood chipper. So I'm missing something. Only thing I can think to do is to send the steam back along the first path here. Yeah, send it that way. And then climb that ladder? but it was blocked off, so I don't know if I can actually get through there. That's why I didn't try earlier, because I saw it was blocked off at the top. So I don't think we'll actually be able to get through here. Yeah, no, it's blocked off. We can't do anything here. And there's nothing else to interact with. So we go back down. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. You know, worst comes to worst, I just look it up, but there's got to be something I'm missing. How do I open that door? Because if I could open the door, we would be good. But there's only 3 things to interact with here. This raises and lowers the platform in the inside, which we need. Oh, is it not high enough? Maybe. Do I need to fill it up all the way and raise it higher? We don't have steam coming this way, so it's not going to matter either way right now. Yeah, the burners are on regardless. I'm not seeing any kind of button or anything. I see these rivets. Well, not really rivets, but like screws. Bolts, but I'm not really seeing a way to open this. Alright, so we've got power going to this again. How do I get you to open? See, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, that's just going to lower that to the bottom. Which, again, I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, the door won't open. So I can just raise and lower it. There's only, as near as I can tell, there's only two positions for this thing. 2 positions. High and low. You need it high so you can walk across it to get to the ladder in the center. And you need to empty the water here. Maybe sealing that will open the door now? As long as we don't have the steam going to it, water won't go in. But no, that doesn't work either. If we switch this, water will fill up. I feel like the way to do this is we have to turn the burner off somehow. But I don't know where and how. How do we turn the burner off? Alright, so I've got you done. And if I just switch that so that it's blocked, I can close this again without fear of it filling up. How do I turn the burner off? Is there a button I'm missing somewhere? Anything on the back here? You can't crouch. If this was VR, I'd be able to literally crouch and try to get a look under this, but you can't crouch. So the steam is just the power to the controls, as near as I can tell. You know, it doesn't power the burner itself. How do I turn the burner off? Can't get down in there. I am just lost. I'm at a loss right now. And I remember getting lost like this the first time around, too. I could not figure it out. And when I looked it up, it was just so stupid. Alright, so... switch that way. Again, that sends power up there. But the burner is still on here. And there's only the three. Only the three positions. We send it this way. Was there a legitimate reason to send it here? I mean, this powers the wood chipper. But does it do anything else? Yeah, this powers the wood chipper. I don't really think it does anything else. Yeah, that starts the wood chipper. The wood chipper's on. It doesn't really do anything else. There's no wood to pulp anyways, so... Huh. I've got to be missing something. Do I have to come at this from another angle? From another section of the island? Or a different island entirely? See, the whole reason why we're trying to get in here is because there's a passage. You can go down into the tunnel. And from there, we should be able to get access to more of this island or a different island or something. But I can't figure out how to open the door. You know, I can't figure out how to open the door. And that's what we need to do. So again, so this just comes here. This just sends it around to two devices. You can switch between them. Now, if we send steam this way, that'll activate the water pump to siphon water up through the up through here and into the machine. But if we send water or send the steam here, that activates this switch, which raises and lowers the internal platform. Oh my god. How long has this thing been here? And I'm just now seeing it. I guarantee you, that just turned the burners off. That just opened the door. Oh my fucking god. Did I turn that thing on to begin with? I have no idea. I might have turned that on earlier. I've been wandering around for how long trying to figure this out? And it was that simple. See, I told you it's all environmental. You have to notice things. And if you don't notice things, you're going to get lost. Oh, man. All right, so here, and this is just simple overflow for the lake to keep it from filling up too much. So this is where all the water evacuates to. Right down through here. And it just comes off and runs into the ocean. Now, it's kind of interesting we can walk out this way. In real life, we'd be able to walk further, but, you know, kind of limited in terms of how far we can go sometimes. And, nope, can't climb up that, but we can go around and up this back passage. And this gets us up here, and you can see the spinning device down there. You can see the gold dome from here. Can't really see many of the other islands, but at the least... Oh, god damn it. I had to have been running around down there for, what, 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out how to progress? Oh, before I do... I need to... There we go. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We need to go back down, I think. Because we need to send the steam this way now. So I'm glad that you could open that without needing steam from above. So now we have that shortcut open. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with Riven as I am with Mist proper. So there will be times where I get stuck and I'm wandering around trying to figure out what to do. Why am I going up here? This is not what I wanted. I want to go this way. Because we got to turn the steam. There we go. Now we're sending it up towards the workshop and stuff like that. Alrighty. Well, up we go. Couple little hitches there, but I think we're fine. Alright, so we've got here. If I remember correctly, yes, there's passages off to the side here. So let's go down here first. I think this takes us down to the spinning device. Yeah, so here's the spinning device. We can't really do much from here. We got to go around the other way, I think. Oh, this is another hidden passage. Yep. These doors that, you know, will block off another way unless you know it's there. All right, so if I remember correctly, the crater island should be the vertical. So we got to wait until it's right. Oh, nope. I missed it. There. There we go. So the crater island is the vertical. And that will stop the spinning device. And it will rotate. And this is the way Gehn protects things. Oh, I'm stuck inside it now. Interesting. This is new. It's spinning. I'm stuck. There we go. Interesting. This is new. Oh, this is completely new. This is the Starry Expanse, isn't it? Oh, we got to see the breach earlier. This is new. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. I cannot wait to see this in VR. I have no idea what this does, though. What does this do? Wait, can I... we send it out? Hit the button? No? I don't know. Interesting. So that rotates this around. This is all completely new. Oh, man. And then this will extend the bridge. And the five platforms all come this way. Oh, is that how he's doing the linking books now? How he's powering them. So does it take two? Oh, interesting. So We can spin it around. Why do we need to spin it around manually? I don't know. But we can spin it around this axis at least. Spin it around this. Interesting. Wow, this is completely new. I have no idea what's going on with this. Again, I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. So that's linked up. I don't know what that did. Did that activate the linking book in the, within the Golden Dome? Maybe? I don't know. Interesting. This is all just completely new to me. I'm just completely fascinated by this. Alright, so that's empty again. Was there... No, it won't let me interact with anything else here. I can press the button, but it won't do anything. Interesting. There's nothing I guess we can do except leave now? Yeah, you can see the 5 portals back to Riven. So, slight spoiler if you've never played Riven. Gehn, you know, you may have already figured some of this out on your own, but basically Gehn enslaved the people of Riven and used them to make paper so that he could make books and ink and stuff like that, so he could write new ages to try to find his way to escape Riven. Try to find his way back to Dunny. And the problem is, either his mastery of the art is not as complete as he thought it was, or the paper or the ink or something about Riven means that his books would not create stable links to other ages. So he was able to build these contraptions that would basically make them stable, and he encased the linking books that he wrote in these spinning devices here. But this is different now. This is different because they used to have the books in them. There was a lock within, and there was a book in there, and I don't think you could actually go to Gehn's places, but you could take a look at them. So, alright, so that goes around that way. But wasn't there... Yeah, where does this go? Let's go here first, before we go on to Gehn's workshop. So we've got a passage down here that takes us around. We've got a steam. Hello. Will that siphon the water out? Yeah, I think that siphons the water out. It sends it somewhere else. Sends it off in this direction. And up. So now we can come down here. And this feels like another new area. I do not remember this. There's a hammock here for something. Okay. I don't know what this is for. Put it there? Cradle, like, weight or something? Okay, so we can do it again. Okay, so we can spin this, we can take this all the way down. I don't know what that does. Some kind of lock or something? I don't know. And what does this do? So that's a counterweight for something. Alright, can I... Okay, so that's ended up there. This is completely new. I am convinced this is completely new. Okay, so then that switches this over so it operates the elevator here. And this carries the stone over here. This is Gehn's workshop? Yeah, trespassing Gehn's laboratory. Alright, I don't know what we need the stone for yet. But yeah, there's things to interact with here. Alright, we have a journal of Gehn's. I'm not even going to bother trying to read the dates here. That is all in Dunny. I do not know the Dunny numbering system near well enough to do that. So, I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for many years now, yet I still continue to find evidence of the number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Dunny society, from the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners. It was ubiquitous. Its presence here is clearly a direct reflection of the minds that authored the texts I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds. See, it's a difference in philosophy. Gehn sees the Dunny as masters of creating new worlds through writing, whereas Atris more believes that these worlds are already out there somewhere, and all he's doing is describing a link that will then take him to those worlds. So basically, what he writes as a description, just links him to a various world. However, the problem with Atris's belief that these worlds are already out there is that you can change these worlds by altering the master book of each age, as he's clearly doing with Riven to try to fix things and stuff like that. While all of my ages have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of 5 are also the most beautiful, the most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. Yeah, right, considering that Riven is literally falling apart, but, this is part of Gehn's megalomania, basically. I still have yet to determine how the Dunny color symbology reflects this superior design principle. While ostensibly a 6-color system, I am convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I will continue to investigate. The Eitrum traps have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are also experiencing a generous harvest, no shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such vexing issues aside, this unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, one that is smoother than any other in recent memory. I have reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries into the unusual behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters that now demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. I am imagining a mobile unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water. The aggregate effect of which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to threatening conditions. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, a period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain their dramatic aversion to even moderate rises in temperature. There is still much to learn, however, regarding this particular phenomenon and its possible uses. So as we saw before, the tunnel through the water and the bathysphere dock spot, so that was in fact heating coils, and so that's what's causing that effect. Construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it was to adapt Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. I think that's what he calls the natural inhabitants of Riven. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keta was a direct descendant of the Dunny. How else to explain the redemptive depth of our connection? But that's all pointless now. I don't know who Keta is. I feel like this is new. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of the system, another example of the superiority of Dunning technology. Ironic that Atris and Catherine's meddling unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. So yeah, he's got a cap here from a steam vent that had ruptured, and that's how he's directing all that steam everywhere. I'm certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here, and that Atris never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a linking book be destroyed than to risk it falling into unknown hands. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution, as the ensuing cataclysm may well have consumed the entire world had I not managed to intervene. Catherine, I think he spelled it differently initially. Oh, if I remember correctly, Catherine is like an Anglicization of her real name, her natural name. But I can't remember exactly what it was. I would have to look it up. Catherine would never have knowingly taken such a risk. And surely my son, given his other dearth of vertebrae, his own dearth of vertebrae, in other words, lack of spine, had only meant for Riven to become my prison and not my tomb. I am discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked the stars and have proven that their paths are cyclical, but without proper instrumentation there is nothing more I can learn. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between the two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the attendant paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests a vacuum as one might expect in space, yet my early experiments seem to confirm the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris momentarily threw himself into the void is further evidence that it might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It is also difficult to say what would happen were I to reopen the fissure now, but it is highly probable that the results would be disastrous. My hopes have been dashed again. The latest link formulation has proven to be yet another in a long list of failures. Frustrating to expend so much effort constructing a linking book only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often has this lab grown uncomfortably warm by the flames of these never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Dunny, a properly orthodox linking book may simply be beyond my means. But I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way. Pens of Fate. Okay. Pens of Fate. Late last night, while pondering these interminable setbacks, I went to light my pipe. The fine marble got away from me, however, and rolled across the gateway image of the open book before me. If the consequence of this had not been repeatable, I would not have believed my eyes. As the marble left a faint yet definite trail of increased clarity in its wake. The change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fine marbles, it might be possible to suppress the variance enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday, so this is new. A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday about 5 spans above the north shore of Temple Island. A breach of stars seemingly identical to the one beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hole, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with runic plates similar to the ones I devised for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling, and yet it has also left me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental has shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. So this is again new to this version of Riven. It's not in the original version. I have erected a small dome, a pressurized airlock mounted above the contained breach. This allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjecting Riven to further invasion and the destruction that would certainly attend it. So this is, again, the new purpose to the linking enclosures. Originally, those were a security measure. You had to stop them at the correct symbol first to get the hatch to open, and then you had to do a sliding lock thing, the sliding combination lock, in order to get it to revert with you inside it, which would then give you access to the linking book. And Gehn had figured out a way to power up the books then. Here, it's different, though. In this version of Riven, it's different. And I believe this is the new canon, too. So, we'll see. But yes, I believe this is the new canon. It is a bafflingly improbable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it, yet I cannot say that it is respiration as I am used to it. Rather, as nonsensical as this is going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. At last, the breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles, in my coat pocket had come to fluorescence. A quick strike that confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their change has lasted longer than I would have thought possible. Their charge has lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle, an apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to rectify my linking books. But I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. The breach is now number 5, a sure sign that I'm on the right path, except it's actually 6 now. I have connected the domes on each of them via a nexus of pathways within the expanse, which will also serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on my enhanced fire marble complex. If I remember correctly, each of those books originally linked to Gehn's sanctuary in another age. And it's interesting now that they link to the expanse. You know, each of those domes link now to the expanse, and from there maybe to Gehn's thing. Either way, serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on my enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2 more men yesterday has made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my finest fire marbles to contain. So I've decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I have installed 5 charging stations within the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate GAND? I don't know. Separate amount of the total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the charged marbles to the Great Gold Dome on Riven for recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. So is Gehn even closer then now? Okay, I'm going to write this down. Okay, 1. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and then the biggest island. There we go. All right, so that is going to be important. The problem of how to return to Riven has been settled. Reckon has proven his usefulness over the years, at times nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess. He and his team will have the honor of being the first to link to the new age, bringing with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and send additional men until they get it right. Should they founder, however, I am prepared to sacrifice every last man on Riven to continue the effort. This cannot fail. So basically, rather than adventuring to this new age on his own, he's sending other people he considers expendable. At long last, a viable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice and an unconscionable preemption of the ages I might have fathered, I have finally linked to a new age. And then this is, Genn's something age. I don't know what number specifically this is in Dunny. The Dunny numbering system is very confusing. I'm going to see if I can't look it up real quick. Dunny numbers. Yeah, Dunny number converter. There we go. All right, so input decimal. All right, this is not exactly the way I wanted to go about this, but let's try. Okay, so not 100. 255? No. Okay, 200. No. 500? No. I think one was closer. Okay, that one. 12509. Clear. Okay, this one. So that first symbol here is 9. But what's the second one? The second one is... Okay, so this is 233. This is his 233. Yeah, this is the converter I'm using. I don't know how well it's going to show up on screen. But this is 233. His 233rd age. So this is, again, this is how Gehn names his ages. It is a bleak and barren world, perfectly suited for my purposes. By closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters there so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. Although it is but a stepping stone, 233 is an utter triumph. To think that I have accomplished a matter... I'm going to actually write that down so I don't forget. So, 233. Yeah, 233 is an utter triumph. To think that I have accomplished in a matter of years, under extremely adverse conditions, what it took my Dunny ancestors centuries to achieve. I caught one of my assistants thumbing through this journal today. He will certainly never do it again, but I'm glad I chose to write this in a language these people cannot decipher. So in other words, they can't read English. Perhaps it's time I reviewed security measures with each guildmaster. No problems expected from the builders, maintainers, and surveyors, but the bookmakers and educators may need a bit more motivation. So if you remember back to the stained glass windows where you had the one imposing figure above 5 others with people below him, so those are basically Genn's disciples, and they are the guild masters. And of course there's 5 of them because it's Gehn and he thinks everything in Riven has to be associated with number 5. So we have just 5 different guilds. The builders who, build structures, the maintainers who then maintain the structures, surveyors who go out and find materials and stuff like that. The bookmakers, those would be the ones in charge of cutting down the trees, chipping up the wood, pulping it, and turning it into paper. And also doing getting the stuff to make the ink and stuff like that. And then the educators would be the ones, they're teachers. They're teaching the young how to continue and worship Gehn and stuff like that. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or Black Moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded into joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with dimwits, then who am I to stop them? Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The metal contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource that I am unaware of. Perhaps a mine or an uncharted island? Or maybe possibly a new age? Don't forget, Catherine knows how to write ages too. That was part of Genn's big downfall. Catherine is a native of Riven, and because she was so intelligent, Gehn kind of took her under his wing and taught her the art as well. And I think he was kind of grooming her to become his new wife eventually. Little did he know that she and Atris would meet and fall in love and plot to overthrow him and trap him on Riven. But now Catherine's back, so it is what it is. Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have emanated from. I think a closer inspection of this area is warranted. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Yeah, that might actually be true. Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the islands has slowed dramatically. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures, I am no longer certain. I have nearly finished writing the... Oh god. What is this? Alright, clear. So this is... Come on. So this is 234. Okay. So I've nearly finished writing the 234th age, which would make sense. He just finished 233. And have every confidence it will be a safe place to relocate to. But it would still be useful to know what has caused a sudden halt in Riven's breakup. Is it possible that the age is stable after all? If so, I must discover how it differs from 233, which has already shown troubling signs of decay, though further tests are needed. And yet, there is something about this that gives me pause. Could it be that someone is attempting to repair the damage to the fifth age at its source? I cannot help but think that the hand of Atris is behind this somehow. Indeed it is. So again, Gehn wrote an imperfect age. 233 is already starting to fall apart, and it's his newest, well, second newest now age. And it's already starting to fall apart, much like his fifth age did. And now... So Atris is meddling and so on to try to solve things. So here are darts, what looks like, and a cane. Oh no, this is a dart gun. Okay. Stamp, an ink pot. Whole bunch of stuff here. Alright, so this is like his dissection table. This is his workshop. This is the trash, basically. Okay, I need something here.